And it's deep inside. Presence. So you bring yourself to this place of attentiveness right here, right. Imagine that presence as light, white light. And imagine it's hovering around your feet. And as you feel this presence, let it wash over your feet. Slowly begin to rise up your, relaxing, nurturing this intelligent energy as massaging, spiraling up around your feet and calves, and continuing through your knees, thighs, and through the comfort of your buttocks on the chair, and your waist. And breathe deeper, allowing this light to fill you, release all tension, move up, through and around your solar plexus, your waist and hips, feeling your belly relax. And as you fill yourself in this light, allow it to just move up and through your torso. Feel it move through your heart center. Allow it to spill over your shoulders and down your arms, releasing all tension. Feel the life lightening you up. And as it moves in and around and spirals playfully around your head, coaxing you into a place of joy and peace. Hear, listen. It sounds like what it sounds like underwater. So quiet, yet alive. And as this light hovers now just above your head, let it flow down and over and all around your aura, all around your space and your body. And feel it drift into those that are sitting beside you. And allow this light to fill the sanctuary as we unify the oneness. Togetherness equals oneness. One mind, one presence, one light. And know that this same light is purifying all thoughts, all restlessness, all concerns. And it calms all emotions, all feelings. And it reveals and heals the truth, healing us into truth, into physical truth, mental peace, emotional peace. And allow this light to pass through your idea of time and space. Warwick, Rhode Island, the United States, the world, the planet, the cosmos. What is seen and unseen. And then breathe. Be here now. And know that I am here and I am there. Say to yourself, I am here and I am there. I am here and I am everywhere. I am. As you allow this feeling, this realization, this recognition to take root, feel your buttocks on the seat. Feel your feet on the floor. I am here. I am present. I am grounded. I am love. I am loved. I am loving. And in this moment, in this attentive moment, bring your attention fully back into the sanctuary. Fully back, wiggling your hands, your fingers, your toes, taking a deep breath and gently opening your eyes into the beauty, into the moment of this beloved ceremony or celebration of love and light. Namaste.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings, and I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings, and I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
Good morning, and welcome. Welcome, dear ones, to Concordia, a center for spiritual living, where many hearts come together as one, in peace and love and joy and harmony and the celebration of life. And to our friends who are with us online, we are coming to you from the most pristine state in our union. It's called Rhode Island. Do you agree? Of course, yes. And it's bright and it's sunny in Rhode Island, bright in Rhode Island, sunny in Rhode Island, but warm in Florida. In our foundations class, in class number 8, this is given to us from our student's manual. One of the main errors in many of today's modern metaphysical movements is that they have fruitlessly sought to divide the indivisible and to exclude certain acts, things, and manifestation from the one and only presence, which manifests in us and through all. So in this class, this is a class on oneness, a class in unity, and in this class we were addressing the whole idea of this is God and this is not God. This is in God, this is in God, this is not in God. God is in this, but God is not in this. You know, we get tempted to go there sometimes. And one of the ways we do that is with our bodies. Sometimes we believe our soul is spiritual, or our spirit is spiritual, but the body, right? And so here's what Holmes says. Holmes says, the body is the house in which, for the present moment, you are living, and you need to keep it in good repair. By right mental attitude towards it, your body, says Holmes, is entitled to your respect. And Holmes says, every time we think of our body, we should think of it as our spiritual body. Think of every organ, every action, every function of our physical body as being pure and perfect spirit. And think of God as being in us and around us and through us. Think of every breath we inhaled as the breath of life. And think of these things as we eat. As we eat, think of it as spiritual substance forever nourishing the body. Think of spirit and our body as being one in perfect harmony, and affirm perfect circulation, perfect assimilation, perfect elimination. We should declare that in pure spirit there is no stagnation, no inaction, no overaction, no false action. Our body is part of the kingdom of God, and therefore there's a spiritual pattern behind it. We don't normally honor the body as we should. So everything you do, and this is what today is about, you're going to hear from an expert. All right? One of us, one of our own, who is an expert in knowing, practicing, and teaching that the body is spiritual. And to love the body, honor the body with your spiritual practices. Dear ones, we have two beautiful souls visiting with us today that I just must acknowledge. So let me, it's on already? Okay. Let me just say your name for us. Erica.
Judy.
And Judy. Two beautiful angels visiting with us today. Let us welcome them. Right? And they will come downstairs and fellowship, and they'll get to connect with us much more intimately. Excellent. And of course, I am Ian Taylor, blessed and privileged to be in sacred service to you today. And this is my affirmation for you. May you feel divinely loved and spiritually nurtured, moment by moment. May you feel nourished by the joys of being in this spiritual community. May your realization of the one presence allow you to feel safe in the world. But above all, may you feel intimate with Spirit within, with God within. May your intimacy with your God source be real, be tangible. May you feel it. May you commune with it. May you communicate with it. May you feel it. And so, dear ones, welcome. I welcome each. I welcome all. Welcome home. And so, dear ones, as we move along, did you ever feel you can fly? Or did you ever want to fly? Did you ever feel a driving force, something within you that makes you want to soar Yes. Do you need miracles in life? Have you thought of afterlife miracles? And did you realize that these miracles begin within you? Yes. And so this is about reaching for more. Reaching for what seems out of reach. Reaching for what seems improbable and impossible and allowing it to be possible for you. Yes. So in life, we need to move from the status quo and embrace the more, embrace the greater. In other words, fly. Dear ones, let's together fly.
To think that I could not go on, and life was nothing but an awful song. But now I know the meaning of true love. I'm leaning on the everlasting arms. If I can see it, then I can do it. If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. See me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. See, I was on the verge of breaking down. Sometimes the silence can seem so loud. There are miracles in life I must achieve. But first I know it starts inside of me. If I can see it, then I can do it. If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. Oh, I believe I can soar. See me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. 'Cause I believe in me. Oh, if I can see it, then I can do it. If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. Oh, I believe I can soar. See me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly.
Good morning. Let's see. I have today's reading for you. One day, a professor entered her classroom and asked her students to prepare for a surprise test. They all waited anxiously at their desks for the exam to begin. The professor handed out the exams with the text facing down, as usual. Once she handed them out, she asked her students to turn over the paper. To everyone's surprise, there were not questions. There was just a black dot in the center of the paper, similar to this one. The professor, seeing the expression on everyone's faces, told them the following: I just want you to write what you see there. The students, though confused, got started on the inexplicable task. At the end of the class, the professor took all the exams and started reading each of them out loud in front of all the students. All of them, with no exception, defined the black dot, trying to explain its position in the center of the sheet. After all the papers had been read, the classroom went silent, and the professor started to explain. I'm not going to grade you on this, just wanted to give you something to think about. No one wrote about the white part of the paper. Everyone focused on the black dot. And the same thing happens in our lives. We focus on the black dot, the health issues that bother us, the lack of money, the complicated relationships with a family member, the disappointment with a friend. The dark spots are very small when compared to everything we have in our lives, but they are the ones that we allow to pollute our minds. Take your eyes away from the black dots in your lives. Enjoy each one of your blessings and each moment that life gives you. Be happy and live a life filled with love. And so it is.
And so it is. And from there, we're going to sing Ancient Wisdom. Speaking of wisdom, so if you want to stand for this one has some drumming parts, which is going to feature our fabulous drummer here, Paul Ionata. He's going to fill in. And if you want to join him, you can maybe on the pews, because they're nice and wooden pews, you can make percussion sounds in between. There's also an echo. So if you want to be part of the echo, please join in there too. Something in my spirit, something in my spirit, something in my soul, something in the mystery is talking to my bones. Ancient wisdom calling, beating like a drum, telling me to wake up and remember where I'm from. Secrets in my body, secrets in the earth, secrets waiting to be told by all the universe. Ancient wisdom calling, beating like a drum, telling me to wake up and remember who I am. Something in my spirit, something in my soul, something in the mystery is talking to my bones. Ancient wisdom calling, like a drum, telling me to wake up, wake up, wake up, and remember where I'm from. Secrets in my body, secrets in the earth, secrets waiting to be told by all the universe. Ancient wisdom calling, like a drum, telling me to wake up and remember who I am. Something in my spirit, something in my soul, something in the mystery is talking to my bones. Ancient wisdom calling, beating like a drum, telling me to wake up and remember where I'm from. There's secrets in my body, secrets in the earth, secrets waiting to be told by all the universe. The ancient wisdom calling, beating like a drum, telling me to wake up and remember who I am, and remember where I'm from, and remember who I am, and remember where I'm from, and remember who I am.
So good morning. My name is Pam Padula. I'm one of your licensed practitioners, also the vice chair of your leadership council, our leadership council. I'm here to make an announcement about our giving tree. Linda, our beloved Linda, we send you love and support. She's home resting and recovering into wellness and health. And each year she gets up here with her hat and does her fairy shtick. And I didn't have a hat or a shtick to do, so I'm just here to ask you to give. We have community members. We are going to do a bit of a fun drive for our community. We have community members that are in need. You know, we take a lot for granted. Many of us have hot water and heat and no inhibitions about getting in the car, driving to the market and buying what we need. But there are many people both in this community and beyond that aren't in that position. So this time of year, we want to share our wealth, our consciousness of wealth, and also our demonstration of our faith, that wealth, is moving through us. I think Ernest Holmes says, to answer the prayer of another is assures you of your prayers to be answered as well. So this act of giving and receiving is the basis of this philosophy, and we'd like to act on it generously. I have to say, just being willing and being an open door and saying yes to spearheading this campaign on Tuesday. On Thursday, I had a client sit down in my office, and he said to me, "Oh, you haven't said much about your spiritual center." He said, "I know that, you go." I said, "Oh, yes, it's a beloved center. I really appreciate it." I thought he wanted to, maybe join us. He said, "Do you reach out and do you help families in need?" I said, "Yes, we do." He said, "Well, I'd like to help. I'd like to help." And he wrote me a $2,000 check. So we are all the open doors. We say yes. I'm hoping my 20 is back there somewhere, but, we say yes. We say yes, we tithe. We say yes, we just say yes. And it acts through us, for us, and for all of us, because we're one. We're one, our community. So Mary has set up a basket and a little notice downstairs on the table. We're going to leave it there for a couple of weeks. And please, with humility, if you're in need, please communicate it to someone in the communicate it to me, Reverend Allen, Mary, Tracy, any of us that will be getting funds and gift cards and what have you to you. All right? Thank you. Oh, and we have another announcement.
Thank you. I also have an announcement. Next week is the joint service, which starts at 10 o'clock. So we're recruiting for the Christmas choir. That just means that you come a little bit earlier than 10 o'clock, and you stand at the back and we process into O Come Ye Faithful, and then you sit in these front 2 rows, and when we do the carols, you come up and stand here and sing at the congregation, so we have a nice mix like that. So everyone is welcome, all voices are welcome, so just be here about 10 minutes to 10. Thanks.
Good morning. My name is Lisa Medley, for those of you that don't know me, and I am wearing more and more hats every week. So one of the hats that I wear is looking over the youth ministry. So that is being tended to this morning, so I can be here. And in my life, when I'm not here, I serve as what I call a sustainable well-being expert. Essentially, I'm in the health and wellness realm, and I really focus and specialize in body awareness, body intelligence, to support that sustainable connection. So it's not we feel good and then we crash and burn, because I've done that for a long time and it's just not pretty. So I have learned as an energetically sensitive being how to come back in tune with my physical as the spiritual. And that's what I'm here to share with you today, what that means. And I also want to first thank Reverend Ian for offering this generous time and space for me to share my ministry as we continue to celebrate him, the leaders of leaders, and really supporting us to connect with our own leadership, our own ministry. And this physical is the spiritual is one of my ministries, one of my calling of being here. So thank you. And thank you all for being here, because I couldn't do it without you. As Ernest Holmes says, there's some beautiful quotes that Reverend Ian has already spoken to. The physical body is evolved for the purpose of allowing consciousness to function on this plane. The body is necessary to this plane, since only through a physical body can we properly function here. So this is our vessel. We are incarnated. There is that reality, our divine humanity. Both coexist, and both are the same, which I'm going to expand on what that means. Why do we want to tend to our physical? Your life depends on it. Really. Your quality of life, potentially the quantity of your life. And we know this as an idea. It makes sense, and there's part of us, as this song, Ancient Wisdom, it evokes. It's like, yes, of course. I mean, I'm stating the obvious. And yet, there's a gap. Maybe a chasm sometimes, and are really understanding and appreciating and owning that and honoring that with kindness. So, I've been in the health and wellness realm for lots of years. And we know through technology, through information, we have so much information of what to do to take care of this. We have the internet, you can look up whatever you want, and you will find out information. And yet, sometimes that gap between what to do and how to actually be with our body, there's a disconnect. We can see that. We can see that in our culture. And so what I invite you to do as I offer you some ways to think about this is, first and foremost, be very kind and gentle with yourself. And be curious about the awarenesses that you may receive. Because there's a lot of this around this disconnect, this gap, that has been around for it's ancient wisdom, but not in a good way. So Ernest Holmes also says, we do not deny the physical universe. We affirm that it is mind in form. The physical body exists that the soul may function on this plane. Body is not an unreality, quite the reverse. It is a divine and perfect reality when rightly understood. This is the point that I want to make, when rightly understood. So what do you think about what your body is? If you were just for your self-reflection, complete, my body is what do you think about it? What do you believe about it? Do the actions that you take and the results that you get line up with what you think? Is there a disconnect? Is there a misalignment? Is like you know what to do and then it's just sometimes takes a lot of time. So again, this is where the kindness comes in, just to notice what that gap, what that chasm might be. Because the reality, the truth is the physical, is the spiritual. It is, I'm going to show you with more concrete evidence in a little bit, that it is the same. It is the same. It is the same. And the potential for when you are connected to spirit, to God, to infinite mind, to grace, to love, to light, to all the words that we describe, the indescribable, when you're connected to that, do you also have the experience of that in your physical self? Is that lined up or is it out of whack? So I want to help bridge that gap, bridge that connection. Or if you're already there, let's just even strengthen that even more. So you can walk around the world as spirit. You know, when I remember, I wake up in the morning and I tell myself, I am a being made of light. I'm a being made of light. And I do my best to just set that and respond to myself throughout the day. And a key to that connection, that sustainable, if you think of like an infinity symbol, is connecting in. How am I feeling? What's happening? What do I need? What is my body telling me? So I want to talk about 3 ways to strengthen this connection. And the first one is release. Release what your body is not. So we're just going to focus a little bit about what we don't want. What your body is not. So there are many, many, many body myths. What I describe as body myths. Myths about our body that have gotten in the way, that some of them are ancient. So for example, a couple hundred years ago, there was the Industrial Revolution, 1700s. Not that long ago in the grand scheme of the time here that human species have been around. And that revolution brought us from farming on the land and being like having to walk to church or walk to school or moving our bodies in lots of diverse different ways and then becoming more industrious, which is great. We got the Model T Ford and lots of other stuff, right? And the impact, the consciousness of that time started to mechanize our society and our movement. So just picture yourself in front of an assembly line and you're standing there, likely, for hours and hours and hours and hours, and you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. And around that time, that 1700 time, there was also this desire to understand how the universe works and understand nature and understand the body. And so that mechanistic view of like your body is like a clock. And if something isn't working, well, you just, kind of focus on that one piece and fix it and then put it back together and everything should work just fine. Sound familiar? 1700s, that way of thinking, that way of being, that way approaching of our body is very mechanistic, has been around for a long time. And I'm telling you, the disconnect started way before that. I just don't have enough time to tell you all of that. There's a lot of myths. So if you find yourself even now feeling like, I just should be doing something all the time, I just got to push through. Or if you measure your self-worth by how much you got done in a day, that's part of that mindset. That's part of that disconnect. And again, we weren't even around in the 1700s, and yet that way of thinking and being, that paradigm, has been around, and we just buy into it. We drink the Kool-Aid. We don't even know that we're drinking it. So, what is your body? So the second way, so release what it's not. It's not going to happen all today. I know that. It's okay. But if I'm at least expanding your awareness, that's a really powerful step. The second step is to reclaim what your body really is. As Ernest Holmes also says, we are told that matter is not a solid, stationary thing, but a constantly flowing, formless substance, which is forever coming and going. An etheric whirl of energy, it has been called. Whatever its nature is, it is as indestructible as God, as eternal as timeless being. Nothing can be added or taken from it. Your body is the spiritual. Your body is energy. Your body is made of energy. We are not mechanical. We are vibrational. So I have a friend here. It's called Slinky. So we experience our body and other solid things as solid. And we appear solid, and even though we know in quantum physics, and again, don't have time to expand on that, there's a lot more science that shows and tells we are not really very solid, in fact. We are so much more spacious, but we appear this way. So this is what we appear as dense, but in fact, we're energetic, we're vibrational, and this is what is possible for us. And when we experience our body as this, and heavy and tight and contracted, is because we have forgotten that we're this. And the difference between this and this is listening, is tuning in, is tending, is taking a nap when you're tired, eating nutritious food when you're hungry, hydrating yourself, moving, all of the things that we call health and wellness. This is what makes the difference between this and this, experiencing it. We still walk around the world like this, yet the vibration that we put out makes that difference. Our thoughts are vibration, our feelings are vibration, the sensations in our body are vibration. Are you tense and tight and stressed out and putting that vibe out? Or are you relaxed and open in thought, in emotion, and sensation in your body? Thank you. All right, I'll hydrate myself now. Practice what I preach. I love water. It's my favorite beverage. You can ask my husband. So just to expand on this another moment, if we were to take this slinky and expand our energy by taking care of our body, and we take this up and out to the sky, to the universe, out to the cosmos, this is the physical as the spiritual. And if we went as far as we could and then started to condense and condense and condense and condense and condense our energy until it looks like a human form, this is what we are. This is the truth of who we are. The physical is the spiritual. You're a slinky. Who knew? So the last point I want to make of how to make this real, I'm really like how to, right? And, here in this space, practices are everything, right? We come here, we get refreshed, we get inspired, and then we need to practice. So we experience what we are thinking about and make that more real. So this third way I want to talk about is reveal. Reveal the truth. So that's the idea of the truth. These are wonderful words on paper, wonderful, beautiful quotes. And I know in your cells, you're like, yeah. There's a part of your body that's like, yes, thank you very much for recognizing me as such. And I also know that when we're shifting paradigms, when we're trying on new thoughts and beliefs, that there's a part of us that knows that to be so. It's helpful to have evidence. So I want to give you a couple of points of reference within your body as evidence. One of them is inspiration. Inspiration, one of the definitions is a divine influence or action on a person believed to qualify him or her to receive and communicate sacred revelation. So take a breath. You are constantly being inspired. Your inhale. You're constantly having sacred revelation through your breath. The universe is breathing through you all the time, and you don't have to work at it. You get to just breathe. You're constantly being inspired. Now, there's ways that we can interrupt that process or not optimize our inspiration, and that is always there. Another point I want to make is love. You have this physiology built in to one branch of your nervous system that supports your experience of love, your vibration of love. Simply, when life happens, we have a couple responses. We can go into stress, which sometimes can be positive or negative. It's just a change in our environment. And our body amps up. We get ready to fight, to flight, to flee, to freeze. We get ready. Again, it's not always like a negative thing, but our physiology turns up the volume. Well, guess what? There is another branch of your nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system, that's as complicated as I'll get, that turns down the volume from all of this to this. And it calms you down. And it allows you to be open and receptive. It allows your body to heal itself. That's built in. You don't have to go out and get it. You don't have to order it on Amazon. It is built in. It's built in. You do have to turn it on. You do have to turn it on. And the last thought that I'll share with you is abundance, because this is an important one, right? You have 50 trillion cells in your body. I can't even, my brain just, I don't know. I don't even know what that is. 50 trillion cells. So the last thing I want to leave you with is that if you ever think you are not enough, you have 50 trillion cells of your body waiting for you to wake them up and energize them and fill them with life force energy so spirit can come through you. You are enough. Thank you.
Let
The purpose of this treatment is for me to know that each one is demonstrating greater health, greater physical health. I know there is one source, one presence, one power, a presence of divine intelligence, the source of all things, the creator and the creation. I know this source is perfect, whole, and complete. I know this source is my source. I know that it resonates and moves through me individually and collectively. I am one with all things. All things flow through me as me. And what I know is true of me, I know is true of each one here. I know that each living person here in this sanctuary and beyond, all those listening to this pod, all those in our community, family, and friends are divinely guided. The power of God lives, breathes, and acts through each one of us. And this presence is a presence of divine order. It is a consciousness of perfect order. It resonates on a cellular level. Every cell in the body is smiling, for it is of love. Every cell is generated in and of God consciousness. And those cells create healthy, beautiful organs. And every organ in the body knows what it is. It knows exactly its job, and it does it perfectly. I know that each one here now in this recognition allows the body to perform at optimum capacity. That every cell is rejuvenating itself, and every muscle and tissue is full of protein and prana and life force. And this life force is light, and it's moving, and it's flowing, and it's changing, and it's healing, and it's revealing itself in greater good. I deny any superstition of aging. I deny any separation from the body and God and spirit. I deny history. I claim the moment of truth, that all things are in perfect order, that this body was created for our use, for God's use, for our demonstration of life and beauty and love and intimacy, and to be in service to us, to be in service to the mind, to the brain, to the heart, to the activity of day-to-day life. And all the resources of Mother Nature are available to each one here right now. And this divine intelligence is guiding each one towards its own personal mastery, its own personal knowing of food that it needs to consume, the time of sleep that one needs to embrace, the activity of rest, the activity of motion, the activity of exercise. And all thoughts flow unconditionally. Nothing needs to be done. Surrender. Each one of us is now surrendering to this divine prototype, to an awareness and a consciousness that this vessel is a temple. It's the temple of God. You and I each have our own temple. We are one. We are one individually. We are one collectively. And I accept this, and I am so grateful. I'm grateful for the knowing that the awareness of peace, prosperity, health, and wellness is our divine inheritance. It is our sovereignty, it is our right, and I claim it here, right now, on my behalf, on behalf of each one here. I claim it, and I turn my will over. I turn these words, I turn this prayer over to divine love, to the law of God that reflects only itself, only what we allow it to reflect. And I claim this divine perfection and release. I release my word into the law of mine, knowing that the law is unconditional love, and it reflects back and demonstrates perfect healing for each one. Willing, waiting, and wanting. I say, yes, it is. I say, so it is. I say, amen. And together we say, and so it is.
I have the absolute privilege at this moment in time to sing for you a carol that comes from my heritage, my first language, which was Portuguese, that I dedicate in this moment in time. We have words of translation that are up behind me, that you might know the potency of this poem and what it has to say to us in the Christmas season of light. I dedicate this from the vintage of 1947 to our retiring minister of the vintage of 1948, not too far behind me in our eternal now. É Natal, os sinos estão tocando, enquanto nos seus lares famílias vão rezando. É Natal, alegram-se as crianças que o Pai Natal voltou com muitas lembranças. É Natal, o mundo iluminou-se com a luz de perdão que Deus à terra trouxe. É Natal, Jesus vem nos dizer que só para perdoar vale a pena nascer. É Natal, nasceu Deus menino, e o mundo que era grande tornou-se pequenino. É Natal, os homens são irmãos, esqueceram egoísmos e deram suas mãos. É Natal, poucas horas somente, que junta só um dia diferente. Ó Natal, ó Deus que me escutais, fazei que os outros dias sejam todos natais. É Natal, ó Deus que me escutais, fazei que os outros dias sejam todos natais.
Will our greeters please come forward?
How can I serve today, sweet Spirit? How can I serve today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I may understand. When you lead me, I will follow. When you lead me, I will go.
Please join me in our sacred giving affirmation. Divine love as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate, and so it is.
How can I share today, sweet Spirit? How can I share today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I may understand. When you lead me, I will follow. When you lead me, I will go. Who needs my love today, sweet Spirit? Who needs my love today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I may understand. 'Cause where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Now who needs my love today, So Karen Drucker wrote a song called The Healing Song, and it talks about the cells in the body. So we're going to tie it all in together with the healing song. And about halfway through this song, if you leave the aisles, we can form the circle for the peace song, which will follow. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Peace fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. God fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Love fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Peace fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. God fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Love fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. I allow spirit to do what it does. I allow spirit to do what it does. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every step I take, yes, this is my joyous vow. To take each moment, live each moment in peace eternally. Oh, yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins
one presence, one power, one life, one. One that cannot be divided. We go forth this week with that realization, with that awareness that there is one, knowing all things are included in the one. And we specifically practice this week knowing our bodies as the expression and the action of God. Knowing our bodies are present to serve us. We honor it, we love it, we take care of it, recognizing its spirituality. We go forth this week viewing our body as the white space. Accepting this to be so, I say amen. And together we say, and so it is. What's his name? And to our dear friends online, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for being with us. Join us in the laboratory of life this week as we remain conscious that there's only one. And all things are included in the one, including our bodies. So let us go forth with a new idea of body, releasing ideas that are limiting, releasing ideas that are restrictive, releasing ideas that are empowering, embracing ideas that are freeing. Let us in consciousness fly. Let us be conscious of the white space, and let us include our bodies in that intimate caring. Have a lovely week. Peace, love, joy, and a wonderful season's greetings to you and your loved one. Until we meet again, blessed be.